Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. My name's Ash, and today we're going to be doing a quick review of Thunderflash. This is out on Xbox, PS4, and Switch, and we've been lucky enough to get a copy to review thanks to Rattlelaker Games, the publisher. So a big thank you to them. Now, this is a sort of like retro, sort of arcadey style shooter, and yeah, it's pretty fun. So before I get into the review, I'll just quickly read the blurb. So, inspired by nostalgic retro games you know and love, Thunderflash will drop you into the combat zone. Top down and intensity will never let up. Play a solo mission or with a partner and choose from bad boy commandos Rock or Stan and go up against an army of mercenaries, military weapons, and more. The Kashmir is being occupied by a criminal organisation known as Bloody Wolf, and your job is to make your country proud by taking them all down. Fight your way through waves of soldiers, explosives, vehicles and drones, and bosses, and collect more powerful weapons. Show that you have what it takes to be a hardcore warrior. So the features include intense top-down warzone action, collect powerful weapons, single player and two-player mode, and a boss rush mode. Get it out in the end. Now, I really enjoyed this. Now, it really gave me vibes of like classic sort of arcade games and games you'd play on like the Mega Drive and the SNES and stuff like that. Like Contra and those sort of side-scrolly, top-down sort of shooter games. I really love. The graphics aren't amazing, but they're very retro and nostalgic, so they do the job perfectly. So you can see from the video, there's all sorts of different bosses. So the levels are start top down. You get some side scrolling ones, you get vertical scrolling ones. So there's a big selection there. There's missions where you use vehicles, so you use a boat, you use motorbikes and stuff like that. And there's all sorts of different enemies, sort of like they start off with just the generic sort of guys with knives, then they turn into guys with guns, then they turn into guys with grenades, then they turn into guys with flamethrowers and stuff like that. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. So, like I said, there is a story mode. It doesn't take that long to complete. You're looking at maybe under an hour to finish it from start to finish, just the standard story. Now, you get 10 lives with when you first start, like 10 credits. And when you die, you can just then go on to scene select to keep going and playing to the end of the story. Now, there are 2 extra missions at the end for like the complete sort of full ending, but you need to complete the entire game without running out of lives. Now, if I'm correct, you get a couple of extra lives. I think you get like 5 extra lives if you lose all your lives like mid play and you start again, you'll get extra lives the second time. So you'll start with 15 instead of 10. Makes it a little bit easier, but it is quite hard. Some of the levels are quite tricky, especially when there's all the like the landmines and stuff. I kept standing on them like a bugger. There's, like I say, there's a boss rush mode. I can't get that out, can I? And there's also a survival mode where it's basically you're just on the screen, kind of like Smash TV, and enemies just keep spawning around you, basically. And it's just see how many you can kill, which is quite fun. But the main bulk of the game is the campaign. It's just general cheesy sort of like old school shooter storyline. It does have split screen co-op, so you can play 2 players with someone else. It doesn't have online co-op, unfortunately, but you take what you can get. And yeah, I mean, I've got this. I played this on my Xbox Series X. It is optimized for Xbox Series X and S, and it does have smart delivery. So if you do have an S and an X, it's 4K Ultra HD and 60 frames a second, which you can't really see a lot in these type of games, but it's nice to have. It's £4.99, so £4.99 on the Xbox Store at the moment, and it's also out on PS4, PS5, and Switch, I believe. So I definitely recommend checking it out. And if you, like I say, if you're into these sort of retro style games, I mean, I'm a sucker for buying sort of like anything retro, like the Capcom collections, the SNK collections. I want to get that Blizzard collection. All the Neo Geo games, I love them, and this proper gives you that feeling of it, and it stood out to me compared to some of the games I've played recently that are sort of like the same sort of indie developers and stuff. This one was like it just played and looked perfect for like what I wanted it to be. All I would recommend is use the D-pad over the thumbstick for aiming, because obviously you get the full direction, and I found it a lot more accurate if you use the D-pad over the thumbstick. And my only real complaint is the story wasn't that long. Like I say, you can get through it in 45 minutes, even less, 30 to 45 minutes. I mean, I think I spent about an hour and I played the full story, and I did like a full row of survival till I think about that was nearly 200 kills in about an hour. Which is my only complaint. But then when you think about it, these sort of retro games, they weren't long in the first place. They were just rock hard. And this one is, like I say, I haven't been able to complete it without dying and like using like continuous sort of thing. I just can't do it. But yeah, I'm looking at the screen now. That flamethrower is amazing. It's so fun, just burning everyone up. It's fantastic. But yeah, so I'm going to give this a 7.5 out of 10. It would get an 8 out of 10, but like I say, it's pretty short. So I would recommend playing it multiple times to get your money's worth. The environments are all varied. Like you go from like the normal sort of army sort of green and trees to like frozen, and there's the sky level where you're on the jet, like the jetpack, and there's a motorbike level and stuff like that. So there is a bit of variety. They're not super detailed and memorable, but it is a really fun game. So I definitely recommend you check it out. But that's it for this review. Give us a like and subscribe if you enjoy this sort of content. We will be doing more reviews soon. And we do our Xbox Live Party podcast every Saturday, 8 p.m. British Standard Time. And that's live on YouTube. So feel free to join in and chat to us about the week's gaming news. Bye for now.